Alright, let us finish up the mission The Prisoner and pick up the next one from the always, always incredibly fantastic Saeed. And hopefully, theoretically, you'll agree with me once you see him here, because he's just that awesome. And locusts. Gigantic, gigantic, terrifying locusts. Okay. And those are just the babies. Alright, so Saeed's hanging out here over at the hotel, which is actually the location for one of the Mission 8 scenarios, and I believe the free one too. I think you only get one mission for free, and that is the hotel scenario. Saeed is up top, and you can always just go up the ladder because Saeed is this guy right over here. A time to every purpose.
Bound to pop up eventually. Yeah. Call me back. Without us, they'll never acquire top caliber. So I told myself. Oh, sure, people have been known to get things done without me, but the work I did to sign, seal, and deliver the goods, it was downright artistic. Memories. Ugh. Let's not dwell on the past. No, I take that back. Let's dwell a while, shall we? No matter how much time goes by, you never forget the ones that got away. In my case, it was a divine little Roman thing. Came traipsing through here a millennium ago. Ah, to imagine what might have been. Temples, monuments, people, they all just bleed into each other. But the Ansali of Mars... Well, I know what you're thinking. Saeed, after all you've done for me, after all you've done for Egypt, I'd be honored to get you the Ansali, if only I had time. Well, supposing you did have time, Besides, if those Romans were who I think they are, you'd be doing yourself a favor. Those are my terms. You dig up the Ansali for me, and I dig up information for you. I'm going to take this. Oh, and read the manual. I don't want you crawling back as a temporal anomaly.
Okay, seriously, how awesome is he? I just love Saeed. He's great.
It's rude to stare, is it not? Oh, the expression on your face.
I know, I know.
You see this desiccated flesh like old teenies and cannot comprehend how it's dressed in Milanese silk.
That is correct. Anywho, so the mission report for the last one is, I hope you find a moment to brush up on your action-adventure tropes. I do believe you're in for one hell of a ride, quite literally. If the information we've intercepted is correct, transportation schedules are among the enemy's highest priorities these days. Specifically, trains to Cairo and ships to London. Yes, that London. It appears the Atonists have gotten hold of something very dangerous and destructive, though they're having difficulty moving it. I suppose that's where the mummy gets involved. I believe the two of you are scheduled to meet presently, which, just happened. Anywho, so, this is Time to Every Purpose. Read the manual about the time tombs. Okay, there's a manual about these ancient things. Chapter 47, Limits and Opportunities. Another tomb has been discovered southwest of the Oasis. Latest evidence supports Bonomi's theory that the ancient tombs are remnants of a local temporal transit system. We must continue to send back trusted, non-essential personnel to further test the mechanics. Sooner we master the technology, the sooner we profit by it. So, in theory, we should be able to travel back as far as the origin of the tomb itself. In practice, we're unable to breach the age barrier. Possessing an object of the target time helps determine the destination. Animal lubricates the displacement process. Bring in the bees, which is people like me who have powers granted to them by, well, bees. Um, Sphere of action is limited to a bounded area surrounding the reference point. Sphere of influence is limited by the conservation of history. See Warner's notes. Objects in the past can be manipulated. If shifted, they should be replaced with something of equal size, weight, and historical value. Objects cannot be brought forward. Alright, so there's a time tomb southwest of the Oasis, which is over here. So I'm going to kill myself and transport again. Come on. There we go. It's just so funny. Like, the method of quick transportation in this game is just to keel over dead and resurrect yourself somewhere else. Uh, I get a chuckle out of it just every time. I'm like, yeah, no, let's go there. Kerthunk. And then I pop up elsewhere. Uh, Alrighty. Forsaken Oasis. There's really not much in terms of enemies here in the Forsaken Oasis, so it's pretty safe to just run around. And this here is the Time Tomb. Yay. Alright. Yes. Yes, I want to go back to the past. Traveling back. He's Samurai Jack or something. I don't know. God, did anyone ever watch that show, Samurai Jack? I know it's kind of old, but it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. And it had, what was his name? Mako. Was one of the voice actors, the bad guy, Aku, I believe his name was. And, I mean, is it Mako? Mako. And his voice was just so much fun. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he was the voice actor for Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Also, I believe the Asian guy, like the sort of mystic healer in the Conan movies. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. Could be possibly wrong, um, but I think it is the same guy. Such a shame when he died in between the second and third seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The his understudy did a really good job, but I don't know, still wasn't just quite the same. Okay, so gotta confuse the heck out of praying guy. Oh no! Run away! Run away! Alright. And so this is what they mean by, like, you're bounded on the sides. You have this crazy dust storm going on. And now we're in the area before the ruins. Fun times. Um, and we also have a free spot for the side mission in the thing called O Tempora O Mores. Slaves of Deus Sol Invictus built these Roman walls. Now, for those who survived, a fate worse than labor awaits. They've been marked as blood libations, sacrifices to the great devourer. Ooh, can't have that. So, free the blood sacrifices. Oh, kill the born monstrosity. Because, you know, it's a monstrosity. You're free. Alright. Well, that guy's free. And that guy's free. And everyone's free. Woo! Let's go for this guy over here. Let's free you. But not you. You can rot. Alright. I always thought that was kind of funny thing about the whole like free X number of things. They have all these extra ones around, and like especially if it's like free these people from captivity and save something horrible from happening to these guys, you'll free the requisite number of folks and just leave the rest of them to rot. Especially in an instance like this, it's just kind of entertaining. So we need to find a way into the city walls there. However, there's a bunch of guards traveling around, and they will just straight up like knock your ass out, and you'll teleport outside the city walls if they see you. So we need to be sneaky about this, and gonna find myself a disguise to pass the casual observation, and that is, I believe, hidden over here because it's just so obvious, right? Um, There's a Roman weapon there. But yeah, we just looted the clothes off of that guy. And we're just going to leave those blood libations to their horrible, horrible fate. And I don't know if you noticed, I have this mission to steal weapons and supplies. So they're scattered about inside the city. So I have to be careful not get caught while I'm sneaking about in here. And I might get caught once or twice here. It's been a while. I don't remember the specific pattern to get through offhand. But yeah, the guys in here, they don't move around much, but they're basically here to just block off certain areas. So you got to be really careful about which ways you travel. There's one or two folks that'll move around, but for the most part, they're just sort of standing at key intersections and things like that. Roman weapon ho. Look, I've successfully infiltrated Sol Glorificus. Because, that was totally the name of a real Roman outpost. Exception being, like, this guy, this Primus Ordo. I believe he won't actually kick your ass out of town if you get caught by him. Because he's just lying there, kind of dozing off with his weapon in front of him. I'm gonna steal that weapon. Haha. And that one. Sucker. Alright. Supplies. And we are headed. Find the descendant who keeps the Ancial. I believe that's how I pronounced it. Right. I'm gonna not get sidetracked just yet. I'll get sidetracked by supplies though. Alright. The Scion of Pompilius. Gotta be careful of that guy walking around and that guy there. So, go up the side. Wait for Slowpoke to finish walking up the area. And voila, a bunch of ant seals there. Let's see what happens when we take one. Oh no! You're pressure sensitive. We must find a way. Must find. Alright, going down here. Da-da-da-da-da. Roman weapon. Roman weapon. Roman weapon. Done finding Roman weapons. Ha. Alright. Here. So if you use the scroll, you find the recipe for making an ant seal. And I don't know if you noticed, but those are showing you how to assemble items in the little crafting window. Shocking, right? Alright. So what we do here is grab the scroll. The scroll is saying in order to get these things, you need to take apart that, and the urn. So one of them is the staff. I forget offhand where the other ones are, but they're around here somewhere. I need more supplies anyway, so might as well just kind of wander around looking for those. Hey, supplies. Alright. 8, 9 supplies. Uh, and wrong button. There we go. Well, done with supplies. Hey, look. Here's that thing I need. The golden crested spear. Oh, and here's the urn. Alright, so disassemble these. Boom. And I never quite remember the order. Alright. So we have... So whatever you do this, like whatever you make from this, gets put right in there. So we're going to do... Where are we? There we go. And then cancel. Okay. And yeah, da and yeah. That made an umbo. I have no clue what an umbo is, but it's something apparently. I guess you can kind of see how that's like making this little shape, you know, thinner in the two centers, right? So now triangle, triangle, triangle. I just kind of like that myself. Put that in the center, and you have an antseal, or however the heck you pronounce it. Before I do that, though, we need to find the sacrifice within the city walls. Alright. It is right here. So, give supplies and stuff to them and watch as they run the heck out of Dodge. I have to admit, I'd be doing that too if, you know, I was to be a blood sacrifice. Not necessarily the coolest thing, right? Um, da-da-da. Because, I mean, no one wants to be a blood sacrifice. Unless they're, you know, crazy, brainwashed, think it's gonna, bring them closer to their god or something like I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons, but eek. All right. And let us put the pedestal, the fake in its place, and make our way out of here. Cause done inside this town, guys. Run my ass out of here. All right. Well, that went pretty smoothly so far. Oh wow, that guy's even going the right way. Um, Before I put, like, I hide that little, because you can't take it with you, based on, the rules of everything that they set up. So I have to hide it somewhere I can find it in the future. And since we know there's ruins around here, I'm gonna hide them inside that partially built statue. Um, Firstly, kill the Great Devourer, because Great Devourers. They were trying to devour people. I do not approve. Alright. Finished side quest. Ooh. And it got intercepted by Saeed. Buzz, 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 when in Rome, they say. That's all well and good, but they're in Egypt now. Or rather, we're in Egypt then. Brr, the millennia start to bleed together, don't they? Of course, we're not talking about mere millennia here. We're talking about something that's been around in one form or another for literally ages. The time tombs. They're buried across Egypt, vestiges of an ancient local transit system. I suspect your ancestors got fed up with all the traffic and mindless chatter in Agartha. Oh, believe me, I've heard the rumors. Effective travel requires knowledge of forgotten rules, limitations, windows of opportunity. I consider myself a student of time, but even I haven't sussed out all the details. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Saeed. I like how they sort of poking fun at the fact that Agartha is the in-game like hub for LFG, looking for group for whatever dungeon yada yada nightmare must have some absurd elitist requirements. Yay! So much easier to join the channel noob mares if you want to do those sorts of things, but you know. All right, so I'm gonna hide this thing right in here, and then haul my ass back to the modern day, because I'm sick of running around in ugly, ugly rags. Use the time tomb. Yay! Alright. Also worth mentioning that inside that area, if it's the first time you've done it, there's several lures located around. I forget how many exactly, but at least one or two. So if you do that mission, unless you don't mind waiting a couple days until you have the opportunity to maybe replay the mission, because it's a fun mission. It's very replayable. Actually, all of them are in this mission pack, and plus they're good ways to get those credits of Kadoro, which you can get some pretty decent gear from. You can actually buy quality 10.1 custom gear, so that's that'll save you several runs through nightmare dungeons. If you want that epic gear, if you want to get like the quality 10.4 sort of stuff, and if you don't, it'll give you pretty decent quality to help you out in Tokyo if you decide to do that. So, it can be Tokyo. I imagine is pretty tough in like just basic quality gear. I It can be tough at times for me, and I have, uh, as I pointed out, I have some pretty decent gear. So Anywho, now, modern day, we go to the ruin, the little statue that we saw, and recover what we have stashed. Break this priceless piece of ancient art. We're horrible people.
It is disappointing to find you here running errands. You do not make good use of the gifts you have been given.
You are working for the kingdom. What do you truly know of this man, this thing?
He crawled from his tomb a man out of time.
And did he improve the world? Did he take up a cause?
No. He lost himself in wealth and debauchery. Do you think he believes in what you do?
This man, this kingdom, he believes in nothing.
His morals are as far behind him as his memories of being alive.
Such a waste of immortality.
Aten sends me dreams of Tokyo. The beautiful madness.
He whispers that it can happen again, and he shows me the way.
But the first time, the beginning. Ask your friend. Ask him why the children of Tokyo lie broken in the streets. You cannot be killed. But my men will harry you across this earth. Run back to your friend. You cannot stop me.
They're really trying to suss out as much as they much use as they can out of that like little half smirk emote thing, aren't they? Alright. So, several waves of enemies. Fight off the assailants. I shall do that. I shall indeed. Yes, yes, guys, we know you like Atten. Stop yelling out Atten. Really pose a huge threat to me, don't they? Alright, so bring the Anciel to Said. Alright, let us port our way back there by way of death. What is the closest... Wrong button. What is the closest animal well? Scorched Flats. Alright. Keel over dead. Just face plant into the ground. Alright. Scorched Flats. Release. And resurrect myself. Alright. Okay. Head back to Said. One of the most entertaining characters out there. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. He is entertaining. He is. Kill a couple ghouls on the way. Because, you know. Why not? can also, go upstairs and walk up the staircase, yada yada. But nah. I'll just use this ladder here. 'Tis there for a reason, which is to save me time. All right.